Hi, I'm Matt Cupel. I'm here to talk to you a little bit about something new we put into the 1.6 Forceboard app, and that's the Synapse CCR system. Synapse is a tool that lets you eccentrically overload or do supramaximal overloads of your muscular system. So it's a pretty cool tool for climbers because it's a really transportable kit with relatively short exercises. It gives you a full body workout in a short period of time. So first thing I'm going to do is go into my app and show you my exercise, and I'm using the Synapse Big 5 exercise. And if I tap into that, you can see, open that up, you can see that I've got 5 different exercises split into unilateral versions of that. So I'm doing left side and then right side. So the first one is the chest pressed left, the second one is, and then chest press right, then lat pull, then lunge, overhead press, and then the row. I'm a climber. I'm not that strong in my chest or my legs, so there's a couple of these I do really poorly with, and some of them that I do a little bit better. So let me walk through and demonstrate some of these actual workouts. And what this Synapse system is a 4-to-1 advantaged pulley. So you're going to be controlling your exercise that you do with your right hand, and then actually doing the load on the left hand, and then you switch sides. The very first thing is we want to have the eccentric side of this rep first. So my left arm, which is the working arm, is extended out, and then I am pulling in and eccentrically overloading that. And then I go into the concentric side of the rep and push through into the end of that rep. And basically you're using your control arm to put maximal load onto your other side. And the reps tend to be fairly long, usually about 15 seconds per side, and you do about 6 or 7. So the total load for a set is 90 seconds. And it ends up being a really, really high effort level of workout, but the total workout is relatively short. And you can hear that there's a both audible and visual cue to say which side of the rep that you're actually working on. The second exercise we're going to do is the lat pull down. So I'm starting on the left side again. My right hand again is the control side. My left arm is the working side. And so for this exercise, you can see I've got the Synapse anchored above me onto the ceiling. And you have to, so I'm starting with my arm because we load the eccentric side of the exercise first. I'm starting with my arm down low. And then the exercise goes through the eccentric phase where now I'm pulling down with my right hand and creating an overload and pulling my left arm up. Then I switch sides and pull down with my left arm and just let my right arm kind of control the speed of that. So this is now a lat pull, and again, the recommended rep duration is about 15 seconds with a total time under load for a set of 90 seconds. You get really tired by the time this is all done. Or the third exercise we're going to go through is a front lunge. Here I've got a belt, a dip belt around my waist, and the force gauge clipped right into that. And the control arm is I'm actually going to use both hands because my legs are a little bit stronger than my arms. And we're doing eccentric side of this first, so I'm going to pull up with the control arm, drop down into that lunge, and then push up out of the lunge with my leg, letting the control arm slide down. So again, same story as before. It's going to be a 90-second long rep, and you're going to just get really exhausted with that leg by the time that you're done with that whole exercise. The force production tends to be a little bit lower when you're at the bottom of the cycle and a little bit higher when you're at the top of the cycle. Like any of the Synapse exercises, it takes a little bit of time getting used to, but once you do get the balance down, it actually works quite well and becomes a really, really powerful workout tool in a really small, lightweight kit. Okay, the fourth exercise I like to do is an overhead press, really good for shoulder health, also something I'm very bad at. But I'm again loading up the left side, so the right hand is my control strap side and the left hand is my working load side. We're going to start with the eccentric load, so I'm coming in and starting with my arm fully extended, And with the Synapse system, it is helpful to kind of, you have to articulate your body or move your body around the exercise just a little bit to get full range of motion. So I'm dipping down just a little bit and then overloading my load side by pulling on the control strap, and then going into the concentric side, pushing up with the left side and letting the right hand let that move by coming down a little bit. So again, same sort of story. You're doing a really long overall set where I'm doing a handful of reps over a 90-second period. And with this particular exercise, I can last about 45 seconds of getting some kind of a useful production, and then I really start to drop off just because my deltoids just get tired. The last exercise I'm going to demonstrate is the front row. So in this case, I'm working the right hand and doing the control strap with the left. You're getting down into a strong position here where I'm bracing really strong with that opposite foot to get cross motion. Starting out in an eccentric phase of this where my control strap is all the way forward and my arm is clenched. Try and keep good form on this, and then pull through that control strap and let that arm extend to a full ratio, and then repeat and do the concentric side of the rep. So the same sort of story, 90 seconds long for the set, doing multiple reps over the course of that cycle. And just like all the other ones, you get really fatigued doing this. You'll see the force production pretty high at the beginning of your overall set, and then eventually as you start to fatigue, it just drops off. And again, it's just a powerful system that gives you a lot of exercise options in a really small amount of weight. So that's the Synapse system, the exercises that I like to do with it. It's new in the Forceboard 1.6 version of the app. You can buy this kit from our partners Synapse, CCR.com, I believe. It's a nice kit. All stainless steel pulleys in here. They can hold a lot of load. And the Synapse people have just done a great job in making this a really nice kit, and the Forceboard integration makes it really useful as well.